Today, you're gonna learn how you can start achieving your goals fast and start winning. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Av. I was a physiotherapist and clinic owner for 10 years until I decided to sell off my practice, grew a following with over 350,000 people online. And now I've got a digital health consulting company helping health professionals and coaches go online, make money online so they can travel, earn, and work from anywhere. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's dive into the video. So in front of you right now, I've got on the left side here, I call this current island, and this is where all of us are at right now, and this is where you are right now. And on the right side here, this is Dream Island, and in Dream Island, you can travel, earn, and work from anywhere. You can travel 2 to 3 times a year. You've got a loving relationship with your partner. You've got time for your family and friends. You can have morning coffees with no alarm clock, and you can just chill on an island or chill wherever you want to while you're being able to make an impact in the world and make money at the same time. Now on current island, on the left side here, where we have a smaller island, we have essentially you who's trading your time for money, whether you're in face-to-face work or whether you're in an office or a clinic or whatever else. You're stuck in one location, right? So where there's no location freedom to work from home, there's no ability for you to be able to have flexibility with your schedule. And lastly, the money probably isn't the best that it can be, right? You're probably comfortable, you're making enough, but you know that you can do more and you want more for yourself. And on this current island right now, you see this massive leap that has to happen to get to Dream Island. So imagine we have this water in the middle and we have these sharks. Now your question right now is, how do I get over these sharks so I don't get into the pool and drown, get eaten, whatever else? So there are 2 paths that you can take. Path number 1 is right now from current island, you can try to do this yourself, where you can try to figure it out, build your own bridge, and see if you can eventually get to Dream Island. Now, this is what my path 1 looked like for me when I was a 9-to-5 employee after 9 months of finishing university, going into a full-time job, and then figuring out that after working 9 months, getting paid pretty much nothing, figuring out I wanted to do something for myself so I can create more time, location, and financial freedom. So this is me here on my current island, and this is me working in that 9-to-5, where I was working 50-hour weeks. I was working back to back. I had no weekends because I was sacrificing it for weekend work. I was trying to get paid as much as I could so I could save as much as I could. But then eventually I knew that I wanted to be able to get married, buy a house, buy a car. Like at the time, the dream car that I wanted was a WRX STI, right? So I saved everything up, try to do the best I can, but I realized for me to get ahead, I needed to have control of my time and my ability to have leverage, right? So what I did, I opened up my clinic and that scaled to 7 people working underneath me. I was able to leverage labor to be able to make more money. But then I realized that after 5, 7 years, 8 years even, of just grinding this out, that nothing was really moving as fast as I wanted to. And if anything, I kind of felt like I was going backwards to where I wanted to go. And at that time, I grew a following of over 350,000 people online. And this is me creating content under the name PhysioBay. And I didn't really know where to take it, right? I wanted to monetize online. I met a lot of YouTubers and creators at that time who were making 6 figures online, signing $60,000 brand deals. And I'm here trading my time for money, getting paid X amount per hour. And I know that there was something bigger there. I knew for myself that I was more talented, I was more skilled, and you're probably in the same boat where you feel like you have all these talents, these skills, these experiences, but yet you still see people in front of you who probably aren't half as talented and skilled as you. So the question now is like, what are they doing right that I'm doing wrong? And for a lot of us, it's because we try to figure this out in ourselves, right? We think we have all the tools. We think because obviously we have a lot of access to information that we can just Google, ChatGPT, everything that we need to know to be able to figure out how to get to this dream island where we can travel 2, 3 times a year. We can wake up with no coffee, no alarm clock and sip on morning coffees. We can work purely from a laptop. We have time and work-life balance with our partner, our family, our friends. We can actually have a really fulfilling, wholesome life. And for us to try to get there, we think that we can figure this out by ourselves. And that's where I was for a long time, right? And this essentially was 10 years for me, and what now feels like a blink of an eye. And I didn't even know what I was thinking in this whole phase. Like I thought I knew everything, right? When in reality, there's so much here that I just didn't know how to get to, that if anything, I wasted a lot of time just trying to figure stuff out by myself. And the biggest thing that I wanted to get across here is that right now, if you're in this position where you want more, there's something bigger for you, you want to make a bigger impact, but you just don't know what that is, don't try to figure it out yourself. Because it's not like you buy a Lego piece and you try to solve out a 10,000 Lego piece project by yourself. There's a manual there that you have to follow. It's not like you get a, you have a computer or you have a table and you try to assemble it yourself. There is a manual there. There's people in the world who's already done what you want to do. So just go find the manual, right? And when you can go find the manual, you waste a lot of, you save a lot of time, money, and energy stressing, figuring things out, pulling your hair out. But I just knew for a fact that I hit a point where I just didn't want to keep figuring this stuff out because A, I wanted kids. 2, I wanted to be able to not work till 50, 60 years old and figure this out. I wanted to figure this out now. So path number 2 is this. And you can probably see here we have now a bridge and we have these beautiful Disney characters at the top here, right? I think they're all Disney, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a couple here that I don't think are. But essentially what you want to see now is that there are people here who have helped heroes, right? And this is the thing I want to show you first. So right now you're on Current Island and you want to get over to Dream Island, but you don't know how. And the easiest way for you to do that, like I said before, is to find the manual. Well, in this case, the easiest way for you to find that is to find a guide. So for example, Luke Skywalker had Yoda to help him navigate the world, navigate how to be an amazing fighter, amazing Jedi. You had Master Shifu helping Poe go through his battles, learn the art of martial arts and be able to be the best, right? You had, I forgot his name now, but in the comments if you know what his name is, let me know down below. I think it was Phil, helped Hercules become the Hercules that he was. And the thing is that the heroes can never do anything themselves, in the sense of they have the skills, they have the talent, but they can never achieve where they want to go by themselves. And the reason why is because their ego gets in the way. They have an Achilles heel that they can't see themselves. And it's these guides who come in who are able to really harness that power that all these heroes have, that you have inside of you, and to be able to carry you to where you want to be. And that's all I simply did, was to find my guides so I could be the hero. And this is the same thing for you. Who is the guide that you can choose to help you get from point A to point B so that you can become the own hero in your story? So what I want to show you this is path number 2 is the path that I decided to take once I hit this roadblock here. Once I realized that I wasn't really getting where I wanted to go. And when I started to go to path number 2, started to try to find my guides, this is what happened. I went from $0 in the bank account to 250K in the bank account, right? Within 6 months. Mind you, I invested $50,000 with a mentor at the time who taught me everything and anything about the online space. Because when you have a following that grows super quick like this, I had no time to learn and understand what this whole space felt like and looked like, right? I didn't know how to monetize, I didn't know how to sell, how to market. All I knew was that I could offer value, or I could offer some sort of value that people wanted. So all I wanted to do was to find someone who could give me the manual. And I paid $50,000 for me to make $250,000 to learn the ropes, right? And you can probably see that in the span of 10 years of me trying to figure things out by myself, it only took me 6 months to get from point A to point B of monetizing my online personal brand and to be able to achieve the goal that I wanted, which is earning and working while I was traveling, right? And now, since then, I've been able to go to Dubai, Japan, Italy, Greece with my wife and still be able to work and earn, right? This is us in Dubai here. This is me and my wife in Greece. This is myself working at a cafe, as I do every single morning. And I'm a big foodie. I love food. I can eat out whenever I want. And the only reason why this was able to happen was because I put my faith in these guides, that I put my ego away and I was able to see that someone out there's already done it. So why don't I just save my time, money, and energy to actually find my guide so I can be my own hero? And what I want you to remind yourself every single day is, what is it costing you by not taking action? Because by not taking action, it is the most expensive thing you're doing right now. By sacrificing the relationship that you could have with your family, friends, and partner, sacrificing the dream house that you could have had, sacrificing the time, location, and financial security you could have had, right? And while finding a guide, and for me personally, when I was trying to find my guide, I didn't really have any idea of what this whole space looked like. If anything, I only heard bad things about investing with guides, right? Or investing with mentors and coaches. But if you find the right one, that is the most inexpensive thing you can do, because it allows you to move from Current Island, where you don't know what your full potential looks like, to Dream Island, where you can now live out a fulfilled, wholesome, and thought out life, where you can live life by design and not by default. So remind yourself every single day, when you feel like you want to take a leap, you want more for yourself, what is it costing you right now by not taking action? So I want you to do this with me. Right now, we're gonna get super clear on what your dream life looks like. We're gonna get super clear on what your freedom number looks like. And also, what are 2 things right now that you can embrace and let go of so you can make this dream life a reality. So step number 1, either you can do a vision board or you can write it down on a piece of paper. I want you to be able to close your eyes and I want you to imagine if you woke up tomorrow, what does a dream life look like for you? Are you traveling 2 to 3 times a year? How much money are you earning per month? What does your house look like? What does your car look like? What does your relationships look like? What does a dream life look like if you woke up tomorrow and you could not fail? And once you get a super clear vision of that, the next thing I wanted us to focus on is your freedom number. Now, a lot of the health professionals and coaches that I work with come into my mentorship saying, I want to make 50K, 100K months or scale my business to 50K, 100K months. But the thing is that these numbers don't really mean anything. You'll be surprised by the dream life that you want sometimes only means you need to make 20K a month. So why bother putting this massive expectation on yourself where you sacrifice your mental and physical health of trying to make 100K months when in reality, all you need to live your dream life is 20K months. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to put an emotional significance, an emotional meaning behind the number that you're trying to get to, the goal you're trying to get to. Because if you have no emotional tie to 100K months, it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually achieve that number. So get super clear on what does this freedom number look like. And the way you can do that is whatever that dream life is for yourself, start to figure out how much would a mortgage cost on this dream house? How much would it cost on buying that brand new car? How much it would cost to travel 2 to 3 times a year? How much would it cost to invest into, I don't know, whatever else it is? How much would it cost, whatever that dream life looks like, for you to have that number for yourself? That is your freedom number. And that freedom number is what I want you to put as a goal, as a focus for the rest of this year. And the next thing I then want you to ask yourself is, what is the one thing that you need to let go of to make this dream a reality? It could be self-doubt. It could be imposter syndrome. It could be some bad habits. It could be certain relationships that you have. For me, when I first started in this whole online space, the one thing I had to let go of was a self-doubt and imposter syndrome that I put on myself. Even though I had the experience, the skills, I still had that self-doubt and imposter syndrome. And the thing is, that never goes away. It only gets quieter. You just learn how to make that more quiet, right? That inner voice, you just learn how to make that a lot smaller. But ask yourself, like, what do you need to let go of? And then once you understand and identify what that is, the next thing I want you to then ask yourself is, what is the one thing you now need to embrace to make this a reality? And for me, when I started, the one thing I needed to embrace was the fact that I actually knew what I was doing, right? It was the confidence, it was the conviction behind what I was doing. And you can probably see these two, for me, really were connected in what I needed to let go of and what I need to embrace. But I know for a lot of you and a lot of the health professional coaches that I work with, the one thing most of you might need to embrace right now is fear, the fear of the unknown. But being able to wake up and show up every single day, that putting yourself and leaning into fear is what's going to allow you to see what you're truly made of on the other side. It's what's going to allow you to see and feel what Dream Island for you actually looks and feels like. So for the rest of your life, you never have to wonder, staying stuck in current island of what this life could look like for you or could have been. And lastly, is to find your guide. So you can be the Hercules, so you can be the hero of your own story. Now, for those of you who want to learn a bit more, there's a video I created here on how to actually grow your following online really fast in this new changing digital social media era, and how you can use that to leverage into an online business to be able to monetize online. And there's other videos on my YouTube channel as well you can dive into that you can check out. For those of you who want to learn how to grow together with myself, there's links down below in the description if you'd like me to be your Yoda, so you can be the Hercules. Please feel free to reach out and have a look down below. Otherwise, give me a follow on Instagram. I think this is going to be changing to Arvel Klores as my name very soon, or not, but I'll leave that link down below. Give me a message there. That's the best place to reach me. And this is my TikTok over here if you want to check me out. And just wanted to say, I know you don't have to stay to the end of this video to watch all the way through. So thank you for being here. Like and subscribe if you haven't already so we can grow this channel. And as always, much love, and I'll see you in the next video.